Somebody's asked for a lesson on a tune which I wasn't familiar with. It's a Turkish tune. So I've done a short on it. I'll quickly go through it and I'll try and do as brief a lesson as possible. So the instrument's tuned to G, D, A. So starting with a forward bow movement with your second finger on the low pitched chord only. So you're only playing the low pitched chord with a forward bow movement, but on the way back you're going to swivel the instrument slightly and touch the two chords, the middle and the low pitched. Sorry, you're not going to, so forward is with the second finger, and you're going to come back with no fingers, playing the two chords. Okay, so this is forward, single finger, only playing the low pitched chord, and then on the way back swivel and play the two chords. So that's forward back. So you're going to do that a few times, finishing back, and then on the way forward we're going to drop the first finger on the middle and the low pitched chord. That's forward. So forward back with that finger, no finger, lifting the finger. And then on the way back, we're going to swivel and only play the low pitched again, same as the way we started. Okay, so that's the first bit. I'll pan out a bit so you can see my bow movement. Finishing forward, starting forward. Finishing forward. The next bit is we're going to drop the second finger again and play it on the middle and the low pitch, and we're going to play the two chords this time. So that's back forward because we're finishing forward. We're going to start back forward. And we're going to drop the first finger on the way back. You can do a little jump here. You can do that also. That's one bow movement. But to keep things basic, finishing back. Okay, so I'll pan out again. Finishing back, starting forward. Finishing back. Okay, the next bit. So the next bit is finishing back. That's forward back. Forward with the first finger touching the two chords, middle and low pitched, and then dropping the second finger on the middle and low pitch. The next bit is forward. That's one bow movement. Playing on the high pitch, so you bring it over a bit, swivel it over a bit. So it's that's one bow movement with a forward, bow movement. No fingers. Playing 2 chords, and as you keep going forward, drop the second finger on the low pitch, the middle and the low pitch, and then go back and finish it with no fingers. So swivel, swivel. So it's finishing back. So I'll pan out a bit. So starting forward. Okay. The next bit is so it's finishing back and then forward. First finger, second finger, touching the 2 chords on the low pitch side. So it's that's forward, back, forward. No fingers, swivel over to the high pitch. I hope that's self-explanatory. Okay, so they're all double-fingered, double-chorded movements, playing the two chords on the low pitch side. So it's finishing forward. Now the next bit, I'll pan out to do the bow movement as well before moving on to the next bit. Forward. The next bit we're going to start forward. So this is second finger on the middle and the low pitch, and halfway through we're going to lift the finger and just swivel and play the high pitched on its own. So starting on the low pitched forward bow movement, halfway through lift the finger and swivel at the same time. So you want to keep this down long enough so you can hear it. So okay, sorry, I have to play this because it's fairly new just to refresh my memory. Finishing back, starting forward, finishing back, and then starting forward again. Second bit slightly different. Okay. Now the first bit is, that's a slur. So halfway through, lift the finger and play it. That's a slur. A slur, you can watch some of my other videos. It's basically when you lift a finger and continue on with the same bow movement. Now the next bit we're not going to slur. That's forward back. Okay, the second bit is not a slur, so you want to get that sound. But so then this is it here. That's one bow movement. Sorry. Next bit is, I mean, you could do it as well as a slur, the second bit. I'd rather not. That's a slur. The second bit isn't. And again, second finger swivels. So the next bit is, Next bit is the first finger static on the high pitched chord, trembling the second only on the high pitched. Forward bow movement. So this is forward, back, forward. This is a second finger on the middle and the low pitched, trembling the fourth on the middle, and you're swiveling over to the lower pitch side. So this is on the high pitched, swivel. Now halfway through you're going to drop the first finger on the middle and the low pitched. Sorry, I'm a little bit out of breath because I've got a chest infection at the moment. So that's the backward. This is forward. Now I can't do this any easier. I know the person that's asking, I think you're an absolute beginner. Probably the easiest way you can do it is make it two bow movements, because this is one bow movement. This is one backward bow movement. So forward. That's one bow movement. You could possibly do. But see if you can do it forward and then. So tremble and then quickly lift it and drop the first finger. That's one bow movement. Again, another slur. There's a bit of a jump here. I'll pan out. So forward is. That's the hard bit. Or as I said, if you want to do it without the slur. Forward back. And that just possibly makes it a bit easier for you. So the next bit is first finger, middle and low pitch. Excuse me. Forward back. These are all double chorded, middle and low pitched. Forward back. Swivel with no finger, back on the second. So finishing back. It is a bit tricky for an absolute beginner, so this is probably the only bit that I haven't explained yet. This is a forward bow movement. Lift the second finger touching the two chords, middle and low pitched, and then lifting it and swiveling at the same time. Okay. Just goes on the same but ends in a different way. So Okay, so I might leave it there. I've rushed the last bit, but I hope that explains it. Let me know what you think. Give it a like if you like the video, and if anyone has any other requests, feel free to leave a comment.